because people are going to get sick. And sometimes having all the little things that people sometimes need is a good idea. Some of these are not going to do anything for illness. Some of these are obviously spices. Spices help help keep morale up, because people's food just gets boring.
Hello.
Howdy.
How about you? You're sleeping? Oh. All right. So let us continue. Whoa! Wow! I've already got one oxen gone. Find the missing animal. Oh boy. Lightning can actually strike and kill a oxen. Let's see if there's any fishing in this area. Yep. Okay, let me show you how to do it. You point and you click when it wants to work. This is Windows 7. There you go. And when it goes for the hook, pull it in. There you go. Now you can look up about fish, smallmouth bass, but none of them are poisonous. Fish are not poisonous, so you always accept it. You do it a little more. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Come on. You know you want it. There. Yeah. And now that's good enough. Look, 8 pounds of fish. So that's been added to our food, and it's salted. So you always want to get salted fish. Now, you can hunt too. Like I said, I don't like doing it because it's basically dangerous. It's bad. So, alright, so morale's high. I once got an oxen struck by lightning and ended up with 115 pounds of salted meat. So, that is what happens. Now, you can check the water condition here. 1 foot. That means you want to float. There is a ferry. We can talk to people, though.
If you ask me, this river is much too deep to ford.
And you would be right. Let's see, look for somebody else.
Howdy, Pilgrim. Name's Joseph Papin, proprietor of this here ferry, along with my brother Lewis. Be glad to take you across the river.
Well, I know how much it costs. Have
Take our ferry. That's the best advice I can give you. I mean, you can ford or float if you like, but it's not nearly as safe and easy as a ferry crossing.
Now, if I could turn off that water sound. Yes, stop. Okay. Ferries still tip over. Not as much as maybe floating across, but ferries still tip over. But we're going to take it because I got plenty of money, so we're going to take the ferry. Now, wow, there's a lot of thunderstorms. What was I about to say? Oh, yes. Oregon Trail 5th edition is kind of like the 2nd edition. It has a lot of the same material. But the 2nd edition skipped a lot of the cutscenes when you're crossing rivers and stuff like that. The first game, which is very basic, even had those. They had a little wagon going across the water, and you wouldn't know if it was going to sink or not, you know, whether you're going to make it or not until it sunk. So they took that out of the 2nd edition. They put in hunting, but they didn't have gathering, they didn't have fishing. So the 5th edition, I do think, is kind of an improvement. Like I said, it does work for Windows 7. It's just kind of on the blitz. You know, it doesn't always do stuff. This is a historical, a nice mission. Let's see who's around. Look for somebody. Let's talk to this person.
This may be our last chance for a while to buy or trade for supplies.
Probably not. Actually, it isn't. But let's see.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to St. Mary's Mission.
Now, you'll find guys like this around the place. They're particular to certain sites. Actually, he's not. You'll see him a lot because he plays multiple people. But they'll tell you about the history of certain
The mission
places.
was established by Jesuit missionaries for work among the Potawatomis. It provides education, medical help, and religious instruction and service.
Do you have any advice?
If you need some fresh supplies, you can get some over there in one of the side buildings. You may not be able to find everything you need, but you ought to be able to find something.
Now, I'm probably going to go visit. There you go. She's not going to have a lot. And we don't really need a lot, actually, when it comes down to it. I mean, food-wise, we got plenty of meat. You guys are eating the dried bread, though. Let's see, how's the tea going? Oh wow, you've had 6 pounds of tea already. Wow. So, but I mean, this is pretty much all the items she has. Let's see, food-wise. Yeah, see, it's not really a lot in the food area. Let's just top off a few things. A few pounds of butter, some more dry bread, and more of that. I don't want to overdo it because, you know, I don't want to put too much weight on the... now we have less animals than we started out with. 7 oxen. So would she have oxen? Would she have animals? Mule. No. Mules are great if you're crossing deserts. So if you're doing the California trip and you do plan to cross the desert, mules are pretty good. They're good at crossing those desert wastes. But they're stubborn and they're not as fast. Fastest animal is going to be the horse, but they're also expensive and you have to feed them. You have to take care of them. They actually eat a lot more than the other animals. They don't do too well with the heat either. They're not as strong. The oxen are cheap and strong. Let's continue, folks. Let's do some gathering. Those look like blackberries. They are. Yum. Those, okay. Burdock? Roots are edible. Go for it. Okay, that looks horrible, but it's actually pretty good. It could be used to drink like lemonade. Look at that, yeah. And this, that looks harmless, but I don't think it is. Yeah, but it's henbane. So, you know, if you... Whoa. No. Yeah. Have you ever... I mean, these are pictures. These aren't fake, you know, drawings. These are pictures. You ever see this stuff in the wild, this is what it looks like. Alright. Now, we could go fishing, but I don't think I want to because we have a lot of food still. Well, the fish went away, though. But we have plenty of food, so let's take the toad. Oh, no! Wow! That was fast. Really? Holy moly. You died that quickly? Most it strikes, it kills. So you had some bad water. Holy moly. Is everybody else okay? Well, I'll be. Well, I guess I'll bury you. Sorry. Well, that kind of horrible. But we'll continue on. The rest of us have to live. Look it up. Elderberry. Pancake syrup. I've actually had that, so that's pretty nice. And that is mustard. Yep. Choke cherry or something? Oh, no, that's something else. All right, yeah, that's good. And that, I think, is edible, too. Yep. Funny, I always think of that as more of a banana. Oh. Alright, and let's see. Fresh water's around. Now, this would be a good place to rest if your people are ill or your cattle are tired. Come on. Man, that was just sad. You barely made it out of the first map. Alright. Jeez. I don't know. Sorry about that. But let's continue. Muddy trails, so we're kind of slow. But morale's muddy, muddy, muddy. Continue. Continue. Alright. Check the river conditions. One at ford. There we go. Now, as trail guide, I do have to make decisions like this. St. Joseph Road, that goes east. So, obvious decision, let's go west.
Tuesday, May 2nd. We passed through the Narrows today. The trail follows a very narrow path between the Little Blue River on the left and steep bluffs on the right. We'd circled the wagons and I was fixing supper when...
Hey, that almost smells good.
Oh well, sakes alive! Go wash up. It's almost ready. Where's Jimmy?
Probably wandered off with the journal, drawing things like he always does.
That Jimmy. He's hankering to show Pa his sketches when we get to Oregon. Jimmy!
Over here! I found a snake!
Jimmy! Lie still. Jed's coming.
Cassie, it hurts!
Hurry, no time to lose.
Here, my belt.
Tie it on, Parker. Not too tight now.
What's he doing?
Grip this rock, Jimmy. Jed's gotta open the bite and suck out the poison.
Ah! Jimmy'll make it. Won't he, Jed?
I reckon he'll need to ride in the wagon for a spell. But he'll pull through all right.
Oh, thank you, Jed.
But it was close. Too close.
I drew the snake before it bit me. You want to see it?
I think that kid's a wacko. Anyway. And that's not a proper way to deal with snake bites, except in those days they didn't know that sucking out the poison was kind of stupid. I mean, you're sucking it, now you have two people who are sick, but let's continue. Oh, no! Okay. So let's go back to the guide. It was diseases. First symptom, the victim survives. First he is likely to recover. So recovery may take some to treat is real and the fluid and salt. Some other. Okay, so we'll rest. Oh, I don't want to rest a while. Jeez. Oh. All right.
We had best find a doctor while most of us are still healthy.
That's not helpful. Okay, we'll rest here a few days, but then we have to continue on. We can't be out here too long. There's a chance if you go continue a heavy fog, you could get lost. Ooh, abandoned wagon. Search for something useful. 2 blankets and some medicine. Ew, that stuff tastes awful. All right. Now, blankets are something we could trade or dump if we need to. The wagon gets too heavy. Muddy trail, muddy trail, muddy trail. All right. Now, we are in an area where this is going to go flat. I mean, we're just going to go flat. This is just basically desert. Not desert. Well, desert, you know, grasslands. So, first thing, I'm going to switch to 10 days per hour. 10 hours per day. 10 days per hour. We'll go super fast. And I'm also going to, that's mustard. Yeah, that's poisonous. That's good. We know that one. Let's look at that one. This one's poisonous. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So it's not poisonous. It's edible, but it has poisonous relatives. So you don't want to eat it by mistake. Okay. And how are we doing? Everybody's good. Clint Eastwood's good. He's feeling good. He's good. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. We've switched to fast. Let's go. I don't really want to go to the fort. We have